Hello friends, this is Karthikeya, your Learning Hub friend. Today we are going to discuss topic torque. If you have not seen my previous video of axis of rotation and moment of inertia, please do watch. The links are available in description. Those topics are very important in understanding the concept of torque. So let's begin. Torque is the measure of force that can cause an object to rotate about an axis. It is also referred as a moment of force, rotational force, or turning effect depending on the field of study. Torque is what causes an angular acceleration. Torque can be defined as a rotational equivalent of the linear force. It is calculated based upon the force applied on body with the axis of rotation and the distance from the axis of rotation. With this, you can see as r is the axis of rotation and the force which has been applied at the body. So torque is defined as a vector product of r cross f, and similar way the angular momentum is also defined as r cross p. If there are more than one forces like F1, F2, F3 acting on a body, one can define the total torque acting on a body about a given line. To obtain the total torque, we have to get separately the torques of the individual forces and then add them up. Here you can see that the total torque which should be there will be R1 cross F1 plus R2 cross F2 plus R3 cross F3. We'll try to understand the relationship of a torque and angular acceleration. For angular acceleration, there must be a torque involved into that. Now consider a rigid body rotating about a fixed axis. Consider a particle P of mass m rotating in a circle of radius r. Now the tangential acceleration of a particle, which is dv by dt, thus the tangential force is m dv by dt, which is equivalent to mr alpha. Now the torque of the resultant force acting becomes mr square alpha. And when we sum over all the particles, it becomes the moment of inertia into alpha. Here you can see that torque is equal to moment of inertia into the angular acceleration. So this gives a clear indication that torque is directly proportional to the angular acceleration. Now we'll try to understand the torque example, that why some helicopters have got two propellers. The main rotator creates a lift by redirecting the flow of air downwards. Therefore, the torque tends to turn the helicopter in one way, and the tail rotator thrust opposes this to turn the helicopter in the opposite way. The tail rotator thrust gets reduced. Thus, why the helicopter is able to move forward. You must have seen in accidents that the moment the tail rotator is impacted, the helicopter starts rotating in the air, which causes the accident. So this example of the torque. Now we try to understand the body in the equilibrium. So the center of mass of body will remain in equilibrium when the sum of the total force acting on the body becomes zero and sum of the total torque acting on the body is zero. All the building structures or the bridges which you must have seen follow this concept of equilibrium, that every point is being calculated in such a way that the total torque and the force is zero. Then only the body will be in equilibrium and it will be in stable condition. We'll try to understand the angular momentum. It is the rotational equivalent of the linear momentum. When we break down the angular momentum formula, it gives us mrv or mr square omega. Now considering all over the particle about the body, it gives us the relationship of angular momentum with a moment of inertia and the angular velocity, which is L is equal to I omega. Now in the case when the external torque on the rotating system is zero, is angular momentum remains constant, also known as the principle of the conservation of angular momentum. We can see from this relationship where the change in the momentum and the external torque is zero, the momentum remains the same. The same thing which we can observe. Now we'll try to see that why the diver or the skating spins faster when they brings their arm closer to their body. Now this is due to the angular momentum conservation, where you can see that I omega, where the moment they bring closer to their arm, the I gets decreased and the omega gets increased. That's why they spin more when they close their body together as compared to when they are spreading their arms. Now a question to you, you can write it into description. What principles is behind using the long rod by the rope walker? Just to give you a hint that it has to do with torque and angular acceleration. Please do write with your message in the description. Subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.